Hello.
Hi everybody.
Hi.
And welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
We are, as always, Arne and Carlos. And today we have stepped into our closet again, our archives, and pulled out a few little treasures that we have to show you.
Yes, so we will explain where we found them and a little bit about each piece.
Yeah, and where they come from and what we've
from.
done with them, because we do use these as well for design.
Yeah.
So
we can start with this one. We showed this one the last time we did this.
yeah, and before we keep showing you things from this one, we asked if we should do a pattern for this or not. And I think I wasn't really clear enough, because what I meant with a pattern, I meant a jacket pattern that you can then cut and sew pieces from other sweaters to make your own. I didn't mean a pattern where you were going to knit each and every one of these by yourself, because that's quite pointless if you're going to do a cut and sew. So I have decided that we're not going to do a pattern for this, but if you want to do a jacket like this, go to the sewing store, get a pattern for a simple jacket, lay it out, and then do your cut and sew yourself and sew your own jacket that way.
And if you're a good knitter and you have made a lot of sweaters for yourself, it's easy to cut it.
Yeah, easy to cut it, and then you just do an
just
overlock.
looking at the one you made.
Yeah, can we zoom this in so that you can see the inside of this with the overlock? And this is what I meant with a pattern. I meant do it yourself with your own heirloom pieces that are broken or ruined or that you don't want anymore. So that's what I meant.
Yeah, so we put that back on the dummy. So then we will show you something we made with inspiration.
From this one.
This one. And that is this one.
Yeah. Actually, let's put that one on the dummy, since this is the new piece.
Okay. Because Carlos was wearing that jacket a lot and people asked for something similar. So we made this one in Peru. So this is machine knitted in Peru.
Yeah. Originally, we wanted to produce that, but it came out too expensive if we were going to, machine knit little pieces that were going to be made together. So our solution was to create the effect of a patchwork, but knitting it in one piece. So you can see the front, there's a break in the pattern there.
And there.
And there. And then in the back, it's got a break in the middle as well. So it's kind of giving, and the sleeves are different.
The sleeves are different.
It's kind of given an asymmetrical look and the effect of a patchwork, even if it's not. This was done around 2007, 2008. And this particular sweater was incredibly popular all over the world, especially in Japan. We sold so many of these in Japan. This is from the time we were in the fashion industry, ready to wear, very high end. So it was a very fashionable piece at the time, which we're very proud of. And we also have a scarf here.
From the same collection.
The scarf is from the same collection, and as you can see, it's also got different patterns going all the way. Let's just
and
wrap
it's double knitted, so it's black on the other side.
Yeah, it's double knitted. This one, you could, theoretically speaking, you could knit this on the round and then just steam it, and that would make the scarf.
Or you can do double knitting if you're good.
Yeah, but we don't have patterns for this available yet, but you never know, maybe one day.
But
however, yes.
Yeah. There were a pattern in a Japanese magazine
There
is a pattern in a Japanese magazine called Kaito Dama, and they made, or actually we made one for hand knit,
Yeah,
and
so
it was printed in that magazine.
Yeah, it's available in Japanese only. Good thing for you guys is that Japanese chart everything. So if you're good at reading charts, you could get Keitodama and you can knit it from the charts, no problem. Of course, if you know Japanese, it's easier, obviously.
But look for the Kaito Dama with a picture of us, because we were the cover boys.
We were the cover boys of that particular number, so it's easy to find. Okay, let's, since we're still in the fashion era, let's show a sweater that we did for, originally we designed this sweater for Comme des Garçons, a Japanese, very avant-garde brand. This is also the story of the Christmas balls that we've told in several occasions, especially the podcast that we did for Christmas in 2017. And this is something that we designed. And Comme des Garçons, the scouts from Comme des Garçons, they saw it, they loved it, and they asked us to make it for Rei Kawakubo, for the brand. and it was a Christmas special, and it was co-branded ARNE CARLOS Comme des Garçons. So very prestigious, very cool. The inspiration behind this is the sweaters, the skiing sweaters from the 1950s that were inspired by the sweaters from textile. And we've actually also done a book on knitting from textile. In America, it's Norwegian knits with a twist. In the UK, it's knit Scandinavian style. And this particular sweater is the X and the O with the lice. But then in the 50s, they were prone to taking away the lice and making it more colorful. Originally, they were black and white.
And I guess they were very proud of being Norwegian because they were all in the flag colors. So you look like a flag.
Yeah, so what we, exactly. And what we've done here is we've kind of exchanged the X and the O pattern with the Space Invader pattern. If you are Norwegian, you would instantly see it. Actually, you'd look at the sweater and think, oh, it's a traditional sweater from the 50s. And then you'd look again and you'd see it's the Space Invader sweater. So it's also a trompe-l'œil sweater, as I like to call it. Okay, shall we do a few more?
Yes, we can do the barn jacket.
Oh yeah, your grandmother's barn jacket?
A jacket my grandmother made, and she wore this in the barn when she was milking the cows. It's very worn out, but we really like it. It's
well,
cool.
You know, I was looking at it earlier, and we haven't repaired it because we haven't had time, but it is in our archives. It's well taken care of.
You see, it's been repaired many times.
Yeah, but not by us. And I think that at one point what we should do, Arne, is remove the placket and knit it again.
We'll see. This one is called Maihaugen. We have the pattern somewhere, and it's called Maihaugen after the museum in Lillehammer.
Yeah, there's a beautiful open-air museum in Lillehammer, and this is the Maihaugen sweater.
Yeah, and you wonder, if you wonder why the the sleeves are so short, that's because this one had longer sleeves before. But my grandmother, she always cut the sleeves when the jacket was worn out, and then she put on the new rib to make them shorter on the sleeves.
And used it in the barn to milk the cows.
It's more practical when you milk the cow.
Yeah. Your grandmother was very practical.
It doesn't smell barn anymore.
No? No, it smells good. And your grandmother was so practical and a very hard-working person. So
and she was a good knitter.
And a good knitter. Let's look at the back, because the back is easier to see than the front. And you can see it's a very nice pattern. I would say very geometric, graphic pattern. Probably from the 50s
or 40s,
or 40s,
I don't know.
Somewhere there. It's definitely not older than 1940 for sure, and we can see that in the way that the pattern is constructed.
And she also made this collar in rib, which was not in the pattern. The pattern was just a normal sweater. So she did her own variations on things, and she also used colors that she picked herself.
She was very creative for sure. And we know where you got your creativity from, Arne.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Her, yeah. So that's the barn sweater, Maihaugen.
Okay.
A beautiful piece.
Let's look at another piece.
This one.
Yeah, this one here, we're going to challenge you with this one. Because I'm sure you understand that a designer will go through flea markets. We will look everywhere we can, always looking for sweaters to buy. Then we'll take them home and then we'll look at them. And sometimes, if we like them, we will get inspired and make our own versions of these. And I think if you look closely at this sweater, or jacket actually, you might recognize it from videos where we have been wearing our version. So this is the original one that we purchased. I think it came from a flea market in Paris.
We found it in a thrift store in Marais.
In Marais in Paris, in a thrift
many years
store.
ago. This is from, I think, where is it from? It doesn't say.
I don't know, but I think it's Norwegian. It's got the Norwegian or the 8-leaf rose. What we like about the sweater is the balance between the Fair Isle and then the relief pattern below. It's a very nicely constructed piece and it's got pockets. So it's really, really great. It looks a little bit like the yarn isn't of the best quality because it is pilling a little bit, and it's actually quite soft. So it's probably some natural fiber mixed with some acrylic of some sort. But we loved it and we bought it, and then we use this as inspiration. So our competition or our challenge to you is go and look for this sweater in other videos. If you find it, comment that you found it, and we will for sure read those comments.
And this brown looks like duplicate stitch.
Yeah.
I don't know if it yeah, it is duplicate stitch. So this is sewn on top.
So this is the one that inspired another piece that we've designed.
We have a lot of those. And
Okay.
then we have the nice jacket that I'm still wearing.
Yeah.
This one is something old. I found in the attic at my father's place.
Recently?
No.
No? When was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, we have so many pieces, I lose count.
We have to check the attic. There's probably more up there.
I'm sure there is.
But this is also very nice, and I can still use it.
Yeah.
This had buttons once. I think we mentioned this one in a video once.
Yeah, I think
We
it's in
made-
the how to repair the jacket, the
Yeah.
one that you're repairing.
Yeah.
There's a reference to this jacket.
Because this had buttons before, but you can still see the buttonholes, but I just put these ribbons on top and put in the hooks. So it's more traditional.
So this is a great solution if you don't like knitting buttonholes, and if you want to do it in a Norwegian style, you just go get yourself a nice ribbon that you attach to the sweater, you sew it on, and then you apply the hooks like this. I'm sure that if you are in America, there should be no problem finding these kinds of things. If you go to, the Midwest, places like Minneapolis, Wisconsin, probably even in Seattle, there should be Norwegian and Scandinavian style stores that sell these kinds of things. Otherwise, I'm sure that there's stores online in Norway that you could come to have a look. The Arts and Crafts Association
Probably.
is pretty good at that. So go to husfliden.com. That's HUSLIF. No. HUSFLIDEN.NO, and you can have a look there. We'll put it in the comments field or in the little introduction there below.
This is very nice, and it's old, so it's almost felted.
But it still keeps
Washed
well,
a
and
lot.
the yarn is of very good wool quality, very good.
And it's very nicely made. There's no popping colors here.
No.
No dominant color. It's all good. This is not good, but it's beautiful. This we found in Sydney in Australia.
Last year.
Last
so this
year.
is the most recent addition to our collection.
I use it a lot. It's a little bit strange. It's too long.
And it's wide
I
below.
could cut it here, and there are a lot of stitches dropping, so I have to repair it because I don't know why this is popping, and the tension is really bad. But I
It's
like the
beautiful.
colors and I like the patterns.
Yeah, and this one, if you're interested to know, it just says trend strick. Strick is knitting.
Trendy knit.
Yeah, strick means
is it
knitting in
from where?
Norwegian. I don't know, because it's written with a CK.
Swedish.
No, because it's
No, that's
stick.
thick. So we don't know where this
We don't
is
know
from.
where it comes from, but it was purchased in
fake
Australia,
Norwegian.
and it's really nice.
It's
Then
very
we
nice.
have a Scandinavian sweater.
I find a label. It
Okay.
says nothing.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Now we come to a Scandinavian collaboration. The label of this one says Iceland. Then it says a lifetime product in 100 pure Norwegian wool. And finally it says made in Sweden. And it also says original design Hans Heitz, which sounds quite German to me, to be honest.
This is a very international.
It's a
sweater.
very international sweater, and this one we got from a fan in Washington, D.C. A lovely lady came and gave us this, and we have no idea where it came from.
And this one we use.
It's very nice.
This
so
is very nice.
we do like using this one from time to time.
I like the color combinations.
Very beautiful colors,
It's very, very nice.
and
And
I
also
like
the neck.
I like the pattern, the way the pattern is done. I like the choice for the different. The choice of colors for the different patterns, the balance is very nice. And it gives me a little bit of a leopard print kind of feeling, but in a Scandinavian way. This is a Scandinavian leopard print.
This is Scandinavian.
Let's
leopard.
call it that.
A Norwegian cat.
It's beautiful.
Lynx. It's beautiful. And then we have one more piece, and that's the ugly one. But we can't throw it away.
No, you can't throw this away.
But it's ugly.
It's ugly, but it's special.
I think we got this from someone who was cleaning up their attic. I don't remember, but look at the green. It's not so nice. But
and it's not very nicely knitted either, but it's still a very interesting piece.
And this zipper thing,
it's no good.
This is inspired, or maybe it is from Iceland, I don't know, but it looks like it's inspired from the Icelandic sweaters.
Let's look at the back, and then we don't have to see that ugly zipper.
And it's been repaired. Someone has repaired it.
Actually, it's not so bad from the back, to be honest.
No.
Except the green could have been
less green.
Less green.
So this is also something we just keep because it's kind of hard to throw away. And because it's not that bad.
What I like about it, I like the shape. I like the fact that it's kind of tailored to the body, and you've got that very wide rib at the end, so that it kind of curves in at the right place in the waist. Yeah. That actually makes it quite feminine and very nice. But yeah,
so we keep this. It's nice. And as I said, it's inspired of the Icelandic sweaters. And I also brought this book just to show you. This is a picture of the first Icelandic sweater that a woman called Anniken Sibern did in the
20s?
20s, I think. 56.
No.
It was in the magazine in 56.
Really? Oh, okay, 56.
And in this book, it said that this sweater is the inspiration for all the Icelandic sweaters that you find. So, according to this book, the Icelandic sweater came from Norway, but it came to Denmark to a knitting magazine, and then the magazine came to Iceland. And now you have the Icelandic sweater, which is this one.
And I'm sure many people are now going to ask, where can I buy the book? We don't know. We have no clue.
No clue.
But I'm assuming Amazon or the book depository.
Just Google it.
Just Google knitting with Icelandic wool in one of the online bookstores, or go to your local bookstore and support them.
And it's very nice because you get the history of the Icelandic.
So go to your local bookstore, support your local bookstores instead of Amazon, and
it fits the sweater.
Yeah,
with the
there
green.
you go. Icelandic knitting with Icelandic wool. Who's the author? No author.
Yeah. That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This concludes this episode's tour into the archives or the closet. We will be back again with a little peek another time, so stay tuned. And remember, if you like what you see and you're not subscribing, make sure to hit that button right now.
Hit the button. Yeah, okay.
Thanks so much for watching, and see you again sometime soon.
Bye.
Bye.